Friday, we made it. October 6th. Today we're talking about stock being okay. Toyota overhauling their factories. Watch out for this one. And BMW is releasing a vehicle in Fortnite. Kyle, have you ever played Fortnite?
No. Never in my life. We don't game. We're not game family.
I played it once or twice. I can see like when I was like that age, I'd probably be really into it, but not anymore. Yo, it's Friday. We got our hats backwards and we're wearing soccer.
Do you know how much I can accomplish in 30 seconds? There's this countdown timer on this show. And sometimes our producer, Nathan, is like, "Oh, we ready?" And he just hits it. And I'm like, right? It's like the B camera goes up. I slide the show notes in, open up the thing. It's great.
The B camera. All right. What did we release? We're releasing like a zillion things a day now.
It's 38,000.
It feels like a zillion, but it's only 38,000.
If you haven't checked out the ASOTU CON session sponsored by Effective, those podcasts, I've listened to a few now. They're so good. They're just so good, and you have to check them out. People like Laz Porches, Kirk Preiser used to be with Audi, John Sacco, Michael
Cole Lipkin, Jimmy Douglas.
You know that Michael from NADA. Do you know how to say his last name? It's Lucki. Have you ever heard his last name?
It's. I don't want to say it wrong.
Whatever it is, it's wrong because it sounds like it has a T. It's Lutsky. No Michael way. Lutsky. That's for all the people now you know.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because I just have avoided saying his last name because I don't know how to say it right. But you know I love you, Michael. Oh, you know I love you. What else we got? Ed Roberts is on there. Hey, next week, More Than Cars premiere, episode 2. It's on fire. We're so excited to release this. We had a little trailer at ASOTU CON. There is, if you go to our YouTube channel, I think, and you search just like More Than Cars, you can see the trailer. It's like a 45-second trailer, and you'll realize like, oh, this one looks like fun because it is. And I don't know if we have a link up yet. We're going to have a LinkedIn event because the live premiere is where you want to be. Do we have a time for it yet? Man, we don't know.
1 Eastern.
Okay.
1 Eastern.
1 Eastern. Just mark it. October 11th at 1, right? 3 1s. October. Actually, if it was only November.
So close.
10-11 at 1 o'clock. Okay? 10-11 at 1 o'clock Eastern. Mark it on your calendar. Join us for the premiere. It's going to be like 20, 30 minutes, and there's going to be lots of people in the comments, and you get to see it first. So join us there. All right. I think we got to talk about a little bit of news.
Roll into it.
UAW update.
Man, what are we going to do when we don't have a UAW update?
Oh, man. We're going to have to actually talk about real things.
Wake up and feel better about everything.
I'm ready for that.
New data reveals that the ongoing UAW strike against the Detroit 3 has yet to significantly impact in U.S. inventory levels of the automakers. So General Motors, talked about earlier this week, reported a precise 442,586 vehicles either in stock or in transit as of September 30th, which is up. It's up. It's an increase from year over year. Ford announced its inventory at 424,000 vehicles, equivalent to a 67-day supply.
Ooh, getting tighter. It's still getting tighter. I will say that.
I'm just remembering what it was like 18 months ago.
Oh,
it was like a
lot.
7-day supply, right?
It was a lot. Yeah.
Here's a quote from Charlie Chesbrough, our buddy from Cox. Ford now inventory levels remain relatively stable, and with the exception of some GM models, Detroit automakers have ample inventory for now to keep them operating through the coming month. Cox Automotive data shows that the total U.S. supply of unsold new vehicles is at 2.21 million, the highest since spring of 2021. Yet 35% less than pre-pandemic levels in 2019, but we don't even think about that anymore. It doesn't even matter.
It's not even on the radar.
The auto industry has moved on from whatever was pre-pandemic. We do it a different way now, and we do it better.
It's a whole different way. Hey, there's still plenty of vehicles in the market. Look out as this gets stricter. You're just going to see other automakers start to win because people are still going to want their new cars, and they might be less brand loyal because they want the inventory. This is going to challenge loyalty. Like, we haven't talked about that a lot yet, but challenging loyalty in this timeline, like if you are a Ford, GM, or Stellantis dealer, getting in front of your customers, talking about service retention, talking about them coming back to brand, getting people like ready to stay loyal is going to be important if for some reason you start to have a more stringent inventory on your lots.
If only Nissan kept the Titan around. But I mean, like, what else is left? The Tundra, right? That's like the full size pickup option.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, speaking of what options, making cars.
Segue.
Got options.
Speaking of making cars,
Making cars.
Toyota is radically overhauling its production system, for famously the TPS, Toyota Production System, to launch a new fleet of EVs by 2026. This ambitious shift includes breakthrough digital tools, giga casting techniques. Does that sound familiar? That's how Tesla's making the Cybertruck, and advanced battery tech aiming to outpace rivals like the very Tesla. New approach includes cars autonomously navigating through plants, hyper-automated factories with giga casting, and a reduced workforce due to the advanced automation. Toyota earlier offered a rare tour of its manufacturing plants. I would have loved to have been on that. It was a 2-day tour in September. Cool. And Akihisa Shireo from Toyota's battery electric vehicle factory expressed hopes of outpacing Tesla and said, quote, "We have been late in starting the progress, but we hope to leapfrog ahead of Tesla this year, or of Tesla this way." And if you know Toyota, they might not be the first to move.
I'm just telling you right now, they're going to come out of the gate so fast with their production. And this, the cars autonomously navigating through plants. Like, if there is one reason for autonomous driving, that has to be it. That is so
impressive.
So smart.
The car moves itself, and you think like that's possible with EVs, not with ICE vehicles, right? You don't need the gas. You don't have any, fumes or emissions. They're going to crush it. They're going to crush
next level. I can't wait to see what happens. I will say we talked to a couple of people that were at the Toyota meeting. Mm-hmm. Nothing mind-boggling here. We're not blowing a bunch of secrets or anything, but they did talk a lot apparently about how, hey, look, remember, we've been doing hybrids for a long time. And the reason why we're still trying to figure out exactly where we're headed with EVs is because we can make basically 1,000 hybrid batteries for the materials that it takes to make one EV battery.
Wait, 1,000?
Yeah, I think that's what the number was. It was like ridiculous.
Good.
Maybe it was
it was
1,000. Maybe it was 100. It had a couple zeros behind it.
That's a lot, by the way.
That's a big deal when you look at like some of the mining practices and some of the question marks around mining.
And Toyota's pretty good at selling hybrids. So,
I mean, this is what's wild. This is what I was having this conversation. I was like, how many Toyota owners, I bet you don't even know their vehicles are a hybrid.
That's a great point.
Just because it's just natural for them.
Yeah, and they took like all the graphics away where, maybe back in the day it was like, look, it's charging this. And now the wheels they don't need that anymore. Why? Because it just works like you expect it to work. Oh, man. All right. How are you going to segue into this one?
I have no clue how I'm going to segue into this one, but this one is, this is a whole new world too. So
speaking of a whole new world, there you go. Why not?
Segue.
Time. It's good. We'll count that.
All right. BMW's new electric crossover, the iX2, is coming in just over a week. But instead of configuring the car on BMW.com or anything like you would expect it, you configure the car right now in Fortnite.
That's a video game for all you older folks out there.
For all you older folks. Specifically, BMW's homebrew Fortnite island, Hinopolis. So they have their own island in Fortnite. Fortnite has basically, they branched out from their typical battle royale mode, adding a creative mode where users can create their own Fortnite experiences. Hypnopolis is one of those experiences seamlessly created by BMW without any partnership or endorsement from Fortnite and its owner, Epic Games. So they were like, great, we've got this new platform. We're going to leverage it. We're going to lean in. We're going to create this thing. Through a gamified experience, the iX2 is unlocked and able to be recolored, fitted with new wheels, and even have the contents of its trunk changed out. They also, interestingly enough, this is wild, they have a science fiction drama podcast called Hypnopolis, and it's already in its second season.
What?
They're using this to promote the overall BMW brand, saying that although much of this podcast 6 episodes sound like science fiction, some of the visionary themes and futuristic transportation options depicted in Hypnopolis 2 draw their inspiration from what BMW is already putting in place or using in today's vehicles.
All right, I'm a fan. I'm going to go ask my 12-year-old to log into Fortnite
You have to
check this out.
Please record this. This
you
is
can do
wild.
it on a phone. You can do it on a PlayStation. If you think Gen Z might shop for cars a little differently, everybody.
We were having a conversation right before this, Nathan and I. It's like we were actually just talking about this on the wheelhouse, where Ferrari, right, was leaning into a younger demographic, and now you see BMW do. You want to know what Fortnite users that understand this are going to be buying when they're in their 20s? Probably BMWs. Bro,
So
this is nuts.
Oh man. Well, we have a big week next week. We got some travel. We're going to be a NAMAD. We're going to bring you all the stuff. Hey, make sure you check out the NAMAD coverage next Wednesday through Friday. But hey, we got a weekend to sell some cars, hang out with the family. We'll see you when we see you.